A luxury island staycation, complete with a pampering Ayurvedic spa package. VIP treatment with premium prices to match. But the P in that VIP is a four-legged guest. Meet Odin, the fur kid of Sharon Sim, with the family on their Sentosa getaway.
Odin first hotel. Yeah, Odin first holiday.
Yeah, so I think definitely the mindset around the pet is actually he's a part of the family, right? He's obviously a family member. He's one of my kids, right? So I have two teenagers and a dog.
The poodle is just one of the growing number of pampered pets around the world. According to one estimate, pet ownership around the world more than doubled in the first half of 2020 compared to 2019. But before the pandemic, pet care was already one of the fastest growing industries worldwide. Worldwide, the sector is forecast to grow by 6% a year, with East Asia seen as the market with the biggest growth opportunities.
So for example, a pet walking service, usually it takes around $15 to $35 per hour. I mean, if you were to compare this per hour price to an admin staff who is earning about $10 per hour, I'll let you have the decision to see if this is a profitable business.
Humans are very happy and willing to spend a lot of money on their children. Some people are on their pets as well, and it can be a bit of a substitute in that regards. And I must admit, my wife spends more on the dog haircut than I'm allowed to spend on my own haircut. So we see it even in our own family.
Dog owner Sharon estimates that she spends about $400 a month on her poodle's daily necessities.
So I think spending and taking care of his health is number one priority for us, right? As pet owners, and I would say even like paw parents, I think we do want him to have a very balanced diet. And the other portion is that the healthcare for the pet is very important.
With pet owners spending more on both goods and services for their fur kids, businesses are providing new options in the market. And just as in the human world, digital innovation is a theme in the animal kingdom. Singapore telehealth startup ZoomVet offers online consultations for pets and their owners. During the pandemic, the number of users in Singapore increased by 8 times in a 6-month period.
As a pet, most of them just don't like going out, and when they need to go to a vet, they know, and so it's they're very hesitant. It's always a bit of a battle to have to go out, and so what's really lacking in the ecosystem right now is some sort of virtual touch point.
Hello, we are ZoomVet.
As the former CEO of a telemedicine startup for humans, ATHENA was familiar with health tech solutions, but it took some work to adjust the business model for animal clients.
It's a completely different type of offering. And so even in terms of the workflows, in terms of how we have to build a solution for pet owners, there's a lot more education involved. What you realize is that as a pet owner, intuition doesn't work. So what you would normally assume for yourself, a lot of times is wrong for a pet. So what we had to do was just to create that baseline, create that foundation for pet owners to be able to find the right information they needed and to help them make quick decisions. And oftentimes that can mean life or death for a lot of pets.
According to the company's market research, a significant portion of pet owners don't visit the vet regularly. The company is hoping to cash in on this untapped market with its telemedicine alternative. It estimates that the pet telemedicine market in Southeast Asia could be worth over $200 million.
Pet telemedicine is only one part of a holistic healthcare solution. And we actually see it developing into a critical gateway for other parts of the pet industry. And so imagine customized pet diets based on real-time data, coupled with periodic reviews by a vet to calibrate your pet's nutrition. We see this type of symbiosis of different pet care offerings catalyzing the overall growth of the industry, especially pet healthcare.
Market watchers say the growth of the pet industry in Asia will also be driven by demographic changes.
This semi-links to an aging population perspective. You see in some countries with a high age population, got high pet ownership. So people treat them like they're babies in a way. And as you say, there's a lot of money being spent on those pets, whether it's grooming, the training and so forth. The first thing you start to spend is, say, on pet food. And we've already started to see some pet food deals in Southeast Asia and wider. And then as it becomes more established, there'll be more, say, vet deals, more services around what you can give to the pets. Then they'll move into financial services, the insurance and so forth. So we'll see an evolution of the types of deals.
In the United States alone, the pet industry was worth about $118 billion in 2019 and expected to more than double in the next 10 years. And the future drivers of growth are likely to feature themes that are already familiar in the human world. These include the growing role of technology, the desire for a healthier lifestyle, and a growing emphasis on sustainability.
I think the few trends that we are spotting in the industry, right, is going to be how things are going sustainable, and many of the pet products are actually going towards the humanization route. Like the pet owner want the same for their pets, and that's why things like staycation came about. We are also looking at things like insect protein for pets.
So what we're seeing in, say, growth rates of pet-related products and services, it is generally growing faster than, say, those similar services for humans. The problem with it being nascent, it's still amazingly fragmented. So there are very few businesses of scale here for investors to actually get their teeth into. And I think that will take a little bit of time to get through. But if you can find those businesses or find a route of putting them together, I think there's a very interesting investment opportunity for people.